Amazing audience, we are live with Rose Colarossi.
You got
You're
it.
real.
You got it. The last name, you got it.
I got it, didn't I?
You got it.
Colarossi.
Colarossi.
She said, like Coca-Cola and Rossi wine.
Yes.
that was my stick to.
It's an easy way to remember, right?
Exactly, it
Yeah.
works. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm excellent.
You've had an exciting adventure, haven't you?
I have been having some driving going on and some meeting amazing people. All worth it.
The United States is treating you well.
The United States is a bit bigger than I thought, though.
Yes, it is.
And Canada.
You're probably seeing more of it than most Americans have seen.
I've heard that before. I wonder why, but definitely I hope they're inspired to do so.
I do too.
It's right there.
It's a beautiful country.
Yeah, we had to fly over 2,000 miles to get over here, right? So, yeah, go do it.
Good, good.
What's
And you
new
said
in
you
your-
were up in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. I love the way they speak in Minnesota.
Yeah, it was beautiful there. So we did that in 2 days where we went from Albuquerque to South Dakota, North Dakota, went across to Minnesota, Kansas. Well, there were Nebraska, there was a few in there that we went through to hit to Kansas so that we would be able to cover now 44 states in 70 days.
That is so impressive. A little cooler up there than
It
Dallas.
was definitely cooler, yeah. I mean, we're glad we're inside, right?
Yes, and this is a beautiful facility.
Yeah, Venture X Galleria,
Yes.
Dallas, Texas, baby. So what's new in your world? What are you doing right now? When we spoke last, we spoke about your speaking, right?
Yes.
We also spoke about your earliest childhood memory, which was fascinating, right? You
Walking
had
on the
fun.
beach with my grandmother from Ireland.
Yeah, there we
yes,
were.
I love the beach. It's my happy place.
But you had fun on that conversation.
I did have fun. You make it fun.
Well, you seem to always have fun.
Well, life is great, isn't it?
It is good.
Yeah, so I'm doing my speaking. In fact, I spoke at this location about a month
Amazing.
ago for a wonderful group of women. I'm coaching, consulting. I do my visualization process. And I'm now really excited that I'm part of a project with Dr. Carla Russo, where she's bringing a bunch of professionals to help a local church over near Mockingbird and 75 to bring in wellness programs. I'll be doing healthy cooking, women's workshops on healthy boundaries. It's an amazing project, and that woman is she's literally an angel walking on this earth.
That's amazing. How did you connect with her?
You know what? Divine intervention.
I love it.
We connected on Facebook and we never met in person. And then I was part of her 30-day challenge, and we just are drawn to one another. And she's an amazing woman, so I'm very excited to be a part of that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. So, all right, now the speaking. Where's the best place for people to connect with you?
So transformingher.com.
There we go.
And I've got a whole list of different speaking. I basically work with women. Anything from healthy boundaries to success secrets. I've owned businesses for over 30 years and run them. A lot of people know me from our family business, the Egg and I restaurants. But my coaching and consulting, I work with women on balance, life and business balance, and I understand the challenges, right, of having a family. I've been married for 30 years. I have 4 children.
I remember when you said that on the podcast, I was like, tell me your secret.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And 2 little grandsons that I love. And you know what? My faith is very important to me. And, it's all about mindset. That's what I work with women on. It's all about your mindset, right? Having a positive attitude.
That's
and you
good.
seem like you have a positive attitude
I
all the
appreciate
time.
that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, not all of the time. I do have my off times. I think it's necessary to say that so you can understand the human
We are
aspect
human.
of who
Absolutely.
we are. But yeah, most times. So what pops in my mind immediately are connecting, right? So I thought about Harrah's Hub in San Diego, which is a co-working space. It sounds like a fit for you.
San Diego's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
but definitely you should connect with them, as well
Yes,
as
I
Angel
would.
Rebo, who's the guy that definitely connected us to this space as well. Definitely you should connect to those 2 people.
I would love
yeah?
to, for
so
sure.
Harrah's Hub and definitely Angel Rebo. So I just needed to get that out, right?
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
love that.
So one of the segments we cover is your own unique career shoes, and it speaks to the shoes you've worn across the time of your life, right?
Yes.
From 1 to 12, what type of shoes were you wearing?
1 being good, 12 being
Oh, sorry,
positive.
1 to 12 years old. Sorry about that.
1 to 12
old.
years old. I loved being 12. Is that what you're asking?
Oh no, like physical shoes, yeah. But this question is like the most funniest question you'll get. Like from 1 year to 12 years old.
Yes.
What were some types of shoes you were wearing?
Oh, well, obviously daughter, granddaughter,
Right.
friend,
Are
sister.
you still talking about from the perspective of who you are? I'm
Yes.
actually talking about like these, like this.
Oh, you're
physical
actually
shoe.
talking about
Tell me
this.
about, yeah.
You crack me up.
Thank you.
You do. I'm like getting all deep here.
Well,
You're
that's
just
good.
like, I'm talking about your shoes, girl.
That's good.
Well, I will tell you the funny thing is that when I was 12 years old, I begged my mother to get a pair of shoes similar to this. And I went to Catholic school and she said, absolutely no way.
What did you
They
have
were
to
called
wear?
like buffalo heels or something back then. I forget what they were called.
Right.
And I was like, all right, well, I'm getting them when I'm older.
No,
and
you're
I've
wearing
got
it today.
them. Look at that, I'm wearing them today. Yeah, sneakers. I was a tomboy.
Right.
I was in every sport. I played basketball and softball and baseball and you name it, I played it.
Yeah.
But I was also a cheerleader.
Oh, okay.
So I did both.
So 12 to 24, what are you wearing then?
12 to 24. So I'm still wearing sneakers, right?
Right.
Still love to run, work out, but I'm wearing high heels. I'm in working and going to school and then back in my flip-flops and my yoga pants for when I'm at home with the kids.
Sweet. And
Yeah.
then after 24.
After 24, still have kids. Flip-flops and sneakers, mostly. Yeah, and then I owned a gym for 10 years, a women's gym.
Ooh.
So I was in sneakers a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
You want to be comfortable.
Do you have any regrets when you look back from that time to now?
No, because I truly believe that everything we go through, it's a stepping stone to where we are now. So whether it was a positive experience or not such positive experiences, I think we need to learn from them. And so no, I don't believe in regrets.
That's
You know,
great.
would I do some things different? Maybe, but no regrets.
What are you most excited about right now?
This project that I'm working on, the women that I'm working with, and I'm also very involved in a nonprofit organization called Tres Dias, where we serve women on a Christian weekend, and I love that. We just had our first meeting yesterday, and that gets me.
What does that look like, a Christian weekend?
So it's 3 days of talks of people just like you and me, where they talk about their struggles and their triumphs through their faith. And the husband goes to the first weekend, and the wife goes to the second weekend, and there's no electronics. It's just 100 women or 100 men serving 100 men or 100 women, and there's no judgment. It's a beautiful place to be.
That's powerful. That happens in Texas? Or
That happens in Texas. It's called
Okay.
Tres Dias, 3 days.
Are you thinking about bringing that to Trinidad, where you guys come in Trinidad for a few
Wouldn't
days?
that be wonderful?
think
I would
so.
love to do that.
Yeah.
Plant that seed there.
Yeah, with the Caribbean Sea.
I think at the beach, my happy
It
place.
has to be by the
right?
beach. You
It does
said
have
that. They said the beach is your happy place. So
Yes.
that's wonderful. When you heard that this guy from the Caribbean was coming to meet you, what did you think?
Well, I spoke to you, and you were so positive and so wonderful, and I love your sense of adventure for coming over here and visiting
Yeah.
all the states and being so open. I think, we're on this planet for a short period of time, and people fascinate me. I love meeting new people, so I love that. I admire that you're going around and meeting all new people.
We're in your backyard too. It's like 30 minutes from Frisco, right?
What are the chances?
I know, right?
Yeah, and I told you, my restaurant's 5 minutes from here,
That's
so you're
amazing.
right in my backyard. And I spoke here.
Yeah.
So come on, there are no accidents.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So I'm going to interview you.
Yeah,
Where has
sure.
been your favorite place to visit?
Interestingly enough, I would say Vancouver.
Beautiful. Why?
Yeah, I actually love the drive from Calgary to British Columbia to Vancouver. That is what I love, like seeing the mountains and seeing the grandeur of what creation
Yes.
is. That for me, like that was life transformational. I also love Colorado, the mountains,
I love
the red
Colorado.
rocks.
I love Colorado.
Yeah, like seeing the red rocks as well. Another like an impact. What was that, Amanda?
Oh, the
or
Grand
the Grand
Canyon.
Canyon was interesting as well.
Yes.
But I think I saw so many pictures of it, even though seeing it is totally different.
Yes.
But I think that numbed the effect. All right.
It does sometimes.
Yeah?
It does, doesn't it?
It was raining as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
yes.
we were in and between the cloudiness of seeing it, but definitely that drive, I would say so far. But we haven't had time to stop to really reflect. And I look forward to getting back or forward to Trinidad, where we'll have downtime, and then we'll be able to like go through the notes and the videos and see where we are and see what we've chosen. But we drove to North Dakota, and I found that to be rather peaceful. You know, many people were like, don't go out there, there's nothing to see out there, what are you going out there for? It's all flat, right? But I found it to be rather peaceful, driving and not having to wonder who is behind me or if the person needs to overtake,
Yes.
right? It was just really peaceful being up there and just seeing land. You know, so that was one of the things that I loved. We also took a picture with the largest buffalo in the world.
Really?
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah.
So what's the biggest, what would you say the two biggest differences are between Trinidad and the United States, beyond the obvious? How about the people? Or are we just the same?
I think you all in America are an amplified version of humanity, which is the work ethic. Mm-hmm. I think you all work a ton.
Yeah.
And so I would say it's an amplified version to what humanity is. But everyone that works a ton is telling me they do not want to work a ton. Like they would rather have more time to spend or invest with family.
So more balance maybe is needed.
I see that constantly,
Yes.
where their cry is that they would like to live a more balanced life. However, the system doesn't create for such a scenario. That has been the cry I've heard consistently.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad, isn't it?
It is what it is. I believe it could be changed, though.
I do too.
Yes.
I do too. I think through personal development and just really trying to be intentional.
Yeah.
To pursue that balance. Everybody says there's no balance, but I believe it's like a teeter-totter, right? Sometimes work is a little off, sometimes life is a little off, but the more we can work at getting it balanced, I think it's important, because it goes back to, the man or the woman lying in the bed dying. They never say, I wish I could have spent more time at work. It's always, I wish I could have spent more time with loved ones or doing the things that I enjoyed.
Yeah, I love that. For me, I would love to spend more time with work, because I've made the choice that work looks like this. So my wife is there.
Yes, which
my
is
two
beautiful.
boys just need to be here running around now, right?
Yes.
And you are here. And I am here in an amazing conversation, and I get to share it with as many people who want to see it. So
It's
for
wonderful.
me, work is beautiful. And I think once we do make the choices to create work in a way like this, then it helps, yeah? Not
agree.
taking away from what you said. What you said is very potent, but our work can definitely transform if we choose what our work can be. Because I think you need to work. I think you have to work.
You have to work, and I agree with you. I think it's finding what is your purpose here, right? I
Yes.
believe we all have a purpose. What is your passion? And then how do you combine those two to develop, like you are here, incorporating the things that are most important to
Very
you? And that's what I
important.
strive to. This affords me to work out of my house.
Yeah.
I do retreats with women at the beach because I love the beach.
Which is work, but at the same time.
But it's work that I love to do, so it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like work,
Yeah.
right? So there are also aspects that we don't want to do, but we must. But I agree with you. When you can incorporate all of that together, that's really the true balance.
I totally agree.
So
Yeah.
I admire you. That's fantastic.
Thanks for interviewing me.
That kind of happens with me all the time.
It's good. It's okay. I'm good. It's you. You be you. You being you is very
You're
important.
fantastic. Well, thank you for having. It's so great to meet you in person and your lovely
I
wife.
appreciate that. Well, Rose, thank you for being here. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yeah, I think for what we touched upon here today, try to find your purpose, try to find your passion, and I love what Engel is doing. Get out of your comfort zone and meet some new people, because we take away from everybody that we meet, just a little something new each day.
Love it. Rose Colarossi, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Did you have fun?
I had a blast. You're awesome. You guys are great.
Love it.